So hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you are feeling well. So today I was like, you know what? I was going to write down on my journal how I'm feeling and about coming back to school and being stressed again. And I know it's gonna be a tough year. So I was trying to write down how I'm feeling, but I've decided, you know what, I am pretty sure that a lot of people are going through the same thing right now, whether you are an 18-year-old girl like me or an 18-year-old boy or whatever age you are, that may coming back to school may be very difficult. Right now you can say college. If it's very hard to understand, it's very hard for me to tell you what I'm studying because it's kind of confusing. But all I can say is I'm studying to become an engineer. But you know, in America, so hi everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you are feeling great. So in today's video, I was like, you know what? I like to come to the camera and hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you are doing great. In today's video, I'm going to be talking like to you guys, like I am writing down on my journal how I'm feeling today, because you know it's next week I'm gonna be back to school, which is pretty stressful and pretty sad for me. I don't know how most people feel about going back to school, but for me it's very hard, very tough, because it's very stressful. Always exam, always stressed about something. I can't remember being, without any stress. Last year, I was all year long. I was, and every week of last year, I remember being stressed about 2 exams, 3 exams that I had that week. So it was a pretty difficult year, but I know for sure that this year is much more difficult. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, this is why I'm so stressed about that. And I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are dealing with the same thing right now. It's going back to school season, and we are all dealing with some kind of emotions, whether we are happy to go back there, and or whether we're like, stressed about it, like me. So yeah, honestly, drinking water. So as I said, I'm pretty stressed about next year, just because it's a very important year in my career. I'm going to be an engineer, hopefully, inshallah, one day. And yeah, it's very so yeah, next year is going to be very difficult, but I'm very confused on on where to start. So even though last year was very difficult for me, I was stressed. I didn't I didn't achieve last year last year goal. I had a goal in my mind. It's not a grade, it's a status that I didn't reach. And so that was very disappointing, and it was very hard to get over that I didn't succeed in what I wanted for last year. But that's okay. I feel better now, kind of. And I learned a lot of things. This is what's very important. I learned a lot of things from last year. I learned that, you know what, just being stressful, uh, staying stressed about something doesn't change the fact that you are having an exam that day. Like, being stressed doesn't help in any way. It just worsens sometimes. I don't know if that's a word, but sometimes, being stressed and taking that exam makes you just worse at what you're doing. You know, it's very hard to focus when you are stressed. You are focusing on being stressed, on being negative, and feeling like you did not do enough uh, preparing for that exam. So it doesn't help. Uh, Maybe sometimes it's worsen the things for you. So yeah, it's I learned last year that being stressed doesn't help, doesn't change the fact that you are having an exam next week, or having a hard time next week, or no, it doesn't help. Sometimes it worsens your case. So I'm as a, as a stressed person, I learned that I need to not stress, to just take things easy, and you know what's going to happen is going to happen. All you need to do is just calm down, do what you gotta do. You have certain hours in a week, and that doesn't change. You know, you just need to do what you can do on those hours that you have. And everybody has the same hours as you. So if you feel that you did all you could, so there is no need to be stressed. You need to be proud of yourself, whether the outcome of that exam or the thing that you're dealing with is good or bad. And I had a hard time doing that for myself. I always made myself feel, I always felt disgusted with myself if the outcome was bad, no matter how hard I worked. And that is very sad and very bad for me and my mental health, and just bad because that makes me just hate what I'm doing, and which is studying right now. And if I hate studying, I'm not gonna be able to achieve the ultimate goal. And that's sad because my younger self or younger Amal would be disappointed in me. So we need to forget about being stressed. We need to forget about that. We need to focus on being positive, living our life, and doing what we have to do and what we can do. So this is the most important lesson that I learned from last year. And I know that a lot of people are struggling with this because, when summer break started, which was for me on July 7th, is when my summer break started. I was so burnt out. Like, I was mentally and physically very exhausted. And I still, in that state of mind and in that state, the state that I was in, I still believed that I did something wrong, that I am not good enough, that I am the problem. And now looking back, I want to hug myself, honestly, because you know what? Yes, I did what I could. I did whatever I could do. And right now I feel proud of myself because I conquered what is scary for a lot of people. I'm talking life. All I want to say right now to me and to the people who are listening, we are all of us are going through something in our life, uh, whether it would be studying, like for me, or anything else. All we need to know at our lowest point is that what would we say to someone we care about? And I've seen this on, Instagram reels. I don't know who's that celebrity who was talking about this, but he said that when someone that we really care about is going through something and feels like a failure or feels disappointed in himself, we don't see that. We tell that person that we love them and they are worthy of being happy and they did all they could and we are proud of them, and that is life. You're gonna struggle, you're gonna fail, you're gonna make mistakes, but you are still a good. I'm pretty sure that this video is gonna be all over the place, but bear with me. Talking about your emotions and writing them down isn't always easy, and it's very difficult to maintain one thought at a time because your brain is all over the place. So, bear with me, please. Anyways, as I was saying, we all feel as I was saying, we can't deny the fact that we failed or we didn't achieve a specific goal, and that's okay. I know in my experience, when you are focused on that goal and achieving it, it's very hard when you fail to see that life goes on and that if you fail, it is okay because you can do it. You can fail and still you will be okay. Even if you fail, if you have enough ambition, you're going to succeed. That's for sure. And it's very hard when you are at that low point to see that. It's very hard to accept the fact that you failed in the first place. It's very hard to see the tomorrow, which is going to be better. All you see at that moment, which for me was like a couple of months, it was very hard for me to accept the fact that I failed, for one. Then to accept and to believe that I am going to be better. I'm going to succeed. I am going to achieve everything I want. Maybe some little things aren't going to go as planned, but I know that I am not going to stop till I succeed. And you know, this is a little bit off topic, but I've been into UFC fights. I don't know what we call the sport exactly, but we call the players fighters. I think everybody has heard of Khabib and Connor's fight. It was something, a very big fight. So I am so into that lately. Watching them fight, watching the fighters conferences, watching them watching them talk. They have a state of mind that is very powerful, and you can see that the winner is the one with the strongest mindset, and that is the truth. And I am right now enjoying those fights, those conferences, those everything about that sport, just because I feel like it makes me forget about studying, and at the same time, so that it makes me feel some kind of joy, and at the same time, I feel that it helps me seeing their states of mind, seeing their thoughts, and how that affects their fights. And it's so far all the fights that I've watched, the person with the strongest mindset is always the winner. And all it takes to win is believing in yourself. Only you need to believe in yourself. Only you. Because people don't want you to succeed in life. You know, that's the truth. It's a very sad truth. But people don't care about you, don't know what you're going through. So, one fighter that has won and became a champion this year had a video that I've seen on Instagram Reels again. He said a couple years ago he lost a fight, and he said, you know what, maybe I'm not the champion this year, or maybe not next month, or maybe not next year, but someday I'm gonna be the champion. I'm gonna be the champion. And you know, as saying that makes me feel so happy, and you know, tears wanna come down from my eyes, just because this guy, I think 5 years or 6 years to achieve his goal. And the problem with the lowest point in your life, when you are feeling disappointed on yourself. It's very hard to understand what I'm saying right now. I'm honestly very proud of myself that I am saying this out loud, that I'm believing in myself even a tiny bit. Because, a couple months ago, I would have scrolled down, seen this reel, and I would have laughed. And laughed, ironically, because when you are at that point, when you have that state of mind, it's very difficult for you to see the light. Literally, it was. I hated seeing those videos because I was like, no, I believed in myself. I believed that I'm going to get that grade, but I didn't. And I did all I could, and I believed on myself, and I was very sure that I'm going to have that grade, but I didn't. So this was my state of mind, and what I didn't see is, for me, that disappointment, that failure that I had is the same failure that guy had when he said those words. He failed at that point. He needed to be, disappointed in himself as well at that point, because he failed. He didn't become a champion that day. He didn't become a champion that day. He needed to feel the same way about himself as I did. He needed to, but instead, even though he failed, he saw the light, and that's the difference. But all I can say is, I know now that I may fail again and again and again and again. But what I'm sure of is that I'm going to succeed. Like that fighter. Hope you understand what I'm saying right now. All I can say right now is that it has been a really difficult year for all of us. We deal with our personal issues that make us stressed and make us feel sad, disappointed in ourselves. But we need to see the light on those moments. We need to be open to see the light, because that's all we need, is to see that hands of color, which can be difficult sometimes. But life goes on. This is life. And without those moments, we won't appreciate the happy ones. And without those moments, a dream won't be a dream. So, I hate to be cheesy, but this is the truth. We need to stay positive on those moments. We need to stay grateful, saying Alhamdulillah is very important. So, yeah, it has been a very emotional video. I wasn't expecting to open up this much. I'm pretty sure that some of the things I said may confuse you, but I hope that my message is clear. I hope that after watching this, you are feeling empowered, happy, because those are the emotions that I want to make people feel. And thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much. Hope that you are going to achieve your dream. I hope that we do it together. And please comment your dream. And I'm gonna pray for you, that's for sure. Goodbye.